Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crimes whereof the party shall have been duly convicted of, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Congress shall not have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. This is Lester Holt. We're talking about the war on drugs. Google State of Illinois versus Dwayne G. Davis. Google State of Illinois versus Dwayne G. Davis. I turned in guns and drugs to the police at the police station, March 3rd, 1986. You go to Lester Holt today, and we're going to show you the role that the media plays in misinformation. You seen the movie The 13th Amendment, Alec the Corporation? Well, Alec the Corporation has a lot of money invested in mainstream media. Took me 13 years to do this. Call it a ghetto Da Vinci Code. Climb the wall. This ain't about my kids. This is about our community. You know what I'm saying? This is how we can save a life. Now you go to the New York Times. They had this, all right? But we're going to talk about being black in America. We're going to talk about the 13th Amendment. We're going to talk about justice, separation of powers, the three branches of government, judicial, executive, and legislative, all right? And we're going to talk about checks and balances. Now, when I started this, I wrote Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. I informed Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. I informed the ACLU, and I informed the NAACP. Then I informed Senator Hardin, Governor Blagojevich, Governor O'Malley, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake, County Executive Kamenetz, Chief of Police Johnson, Sheriff Fisher, Kai Jackson, Richard Sher, Scott Shellenberger. I'm making a movie and a documentary about your politics, and I'm a caterer. I've been in your houses. I've been doing this since I started this. You can look at the first story they did on me in Baltimore called Hard Look. It was with Richard Sher. And all I did is told you that I'm a political prisoner. I'm socially and economically deprived because of my views on our government. I'm a black Republican. I'm a black radical Republican. I'm not your Donald Trump Republican. I'm that hoodie dude, the dude with the hood, because I'm come from the hood. I'm good in any hood I go in Baltimore. Asked about it. I'm a cook, I'm a chef. I'm a pain in a lot of people's ass. And I'm going to stay that way. I was kidnapped by the state. You took property from me. So, I'm a whistleblower on the courts, and we're going to talk about your prison industry. You've done work with the Innocence Project and Bill Clinton, wrote the crime bill to incarcerate us. So we're going to talk about checks and balances. We're going to talk about the 13th Amendment. Because like I said, I am Dred Scott. Now you can go directly to Chief Hyatt. Chief Hyatt got this. Chief Hyatt of Baltimore County. And me and Chief Hyatt is a witness to all of this. So is Johnny Oleski, TJ Smith. All right? You can be a witness or a defendant. But Starbucks got everything on film for the last 10 years, at least 10 years. You can go to the New York Times and they got it too. Lester Holt, the New York Times. And next Saturday at Starbucks, we're going to build the toilet. Everything that Lester Holt since see to date, he ain't said nothing about this. But they want to fill your head with this. They want you to be distracted with this. Well, the enemy of my enemy is going to be my friend, because I'm going to give Donald Trump everything to expose the Democratic Party. He might get impeached. But the Democrats going to go to jail about the kidnapping. You kidnapped me in the state of Maryland and the state of Illinois. I am Dred Scott. Dred Scott was a slave during the Missouri Compromise in 1857. He was a slave in one man and a slave in one state and a free man in another. I'm not a slave. I'm a free man. I own shorties. And under the First Amendment, I got a right to protest. I got a right to property. I got a right to, I got a right to redress grievances against my government. You four scholars testified to that fact. This is a democracy, not a hierarchy. And we got rights, and we're going to put them to the test. Letters to my president. Enemy of my enemy going to be my friend. I'm going to use him like he used business. We're going to expose the prison industry and mass incarceration. We're going to expose the war on drugs. We're going to address the war on drugs. We're going to address being black in America, being a racist or not. See you at Starbucks. I'm going to build the toilet like you build the bear. December 14th, St. Paul Street, 5 p.m.